Yeah, if you put a big bird in a small cage, he sings, he says.
Okay.
That was his answer.
There was a house halfway around the world. Now I was invited in for a small taste of gin. There was a hallway 1,000 birds long.
I was in the middle of Asia and I went over to this musician's house, and he had this like hundreds of bird cages everywhere in the walls and ceilings, and except for this one like really big bird in a small cage. And I was like, why the hell do you put such a big bird in a small cage? He's like, you put a big bird in a small cage, he sings. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write a song about that. And 7 years later, yes, I did, you know.
It was 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, that story. But I've always vowed in my head, I'm like, fuck, one day I'm gonna write a song about that, because that's too weird.
Sing along to the sound of the bird that mourns.
Katie Moore.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, why did you...
I wanted to ask Dolly Parton to do it originally.
Yeah.
So I wrote letters to Dolly Parton to see if she'd do it, but she never answered, so I got Katie singing it.
Why did you wanted Dolly Parton in the first place?
'Cause she's kind of like the songbird of America. Would have been the perfect person to sing it.
Well, we rolled into town in the sweet New Orleans. To the Apple Barrel Bar was a hole in the wall. The ceilings weren't tall, the floors were...
I mean, after touring, we go to studios for a week at a time and we write songs in the studio. I collect song ideas on the road more than write the songs. Like I'd have a couple of ideas and I'd write them down. And then when I get home, I'd have like a bank of lyrics to choose from and start working on.
Big bird in a small cage and would sing you a song that we all love to sing along.
For example, the second half of Big Bird was a story from tour. We were in New Orleans, and we found this old little small little bar. So we just went there to have a couple of drinks at the end of the night, you know. We stayed there for a long time, so we were pretty loaded by then. And in the middle of the night, all these old blues musicians walked in, and they just played amazing music and blew our brains out, you know. And so we met a lot of them, and we stayed all night with them until 6 in the morning. So I mean, that would be a tour story, you know.
Well, it was 11:45 when the boys walked in. They got their black suits on and the songs would begin. You open up your ears and hearts. You put a big bird in a small cage and would sing you a song.
Well, I mean, everybody writes their own parts, so nobody's playing somebody else's part in their instrument, but usually how it works, someone brings a piece of the puzzle in. And generally, I mean, the next biggest writer after me would be Mishka. He brings a lot of pieces in to write, you know, and he'll have anything from like just a chord progression or just a nice line, and we just take that piece of the puzzle and we start building on it, you know. Or I could bring in, you know, I mean, I still write all the lyrics in my melody, you know, just like Robbie writes all his drum parts and stuff. So, I mean, everybody writes their parts. It's just some people bring in really good pieces of the puzzle that we can all use. And generally the pieces of the puzzle that always stay are pieces of the puzzle where people can find their parts on it quite easily, you know.
You put a big bird in a small cage and sing you a song. You put a big bird in a small cage and sing